Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Oshalay here, and in today's video I will be speaking to you guys, I guess, about my August TBR. I cannot believe it's August, y'all. That is crazy. It just blows my mind. Where has the year gone? This has been the most tumultuous, emotional, crazy year for the world. But yeah, let's just get right into the video. I have a couple books. I read about, I would say, 26 books a month. So I just picked a few books here. I'm sure my TBR will change and grow. I'm a mood reader, so I'm sure I'll pick up certain books that I'm not going to show in this video. And then there are some releases coming out this month that I'm very excited about. So the first release I want to talk about is the last and final book in the Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. The book one is The Kiss of Deception, and The Heart of Betrayal is book 2. And then the last book comes out tomorrow, actually, August 2nd. I'm filming this August 1st. So The Beauty of Darkness, the third and final book, comes out tomorrow. I'm extremely excited to finally finish this trilogy. Can't wait to see what happens, how it all ends, how Mary E. Pearson's going to wrap this all up. And I have Amazon Prime, so it'll probably get to me tomorrow, and I will start reading it then, so I'm very excited about that. So that is definitely on my TBR. I just don't have it in my hands right now. Next is I'm going to finish reading The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This is just a dust jacket. I'm currently reading it right now. I've kind of been reading it pretty slowly. It starts off pretty slow, and this was originally on my Booktubeathon TBR, so I'm just going to continue on with this. I'm very interested right now. It's very intriguing. I'm still at the very beginning, about 90 pages in or so, so it's going well so far, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Next, I have a new adult read, and this is Unteachable by Leah Rader, or Rader. I think it's Rader. And I've heard really good things about this one. I think this is kind of like a student-teacher relationship, forbidden romance type situation, but this should be interesting. It says complicated dynamics, forbidden sexual tension, and untamed passion. One of my favorite reads. And that was blurbed by Gail McHugh. I'm not familiar with her work, but so this should be really interesting. You can call it love or you can call it free fall. They're pretty much the same thing. So yeah, I've been kind of holding off on this one because I'm very, I don't know, the whole like student teacher forbidden romance thing is a little like ick for me. I did briefly read the back, and the female protagonist is 18, so thank God. But just in general, that whole trope kind of makes me feel a little ill, so that's the only reason. But I've heard good things about this, so we'll see. Next up, I'm finally going to dive into an Amy Harmon novel. I've been slowly collecting them. I just haven't actually picked any of them up yet. And I've decided to start with Infinity Plus One. And I've heard really good things about Amy Harmon in general. She writes new adult novels. This one is like about a famous star who's going through a rough time, and then I guess she meets this boy and they go on this journey together, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm really excited about this. I've been wanting to read Amy Harmon for a while now, so I decided to start this month. So I'm really excited. Next up is a book that I really should have read a long time ago. It was on my January TBR, but I just couldn't get into it in January. That's one of the pitfalls of being a mood reader. Like, you can choose a TBR, but if you don't feel like reading it, it's not gonna happen, at least for me. But this is the final book in the Lunar Chronicles Winter. Just to keep it real with y'all, I'm probably gonna have to reread like the last 90 or so pages of Cress before I can dive right into this. But you know, I love this series so much, and I just really need to complete it this year, so yeah. Next up is the latest release in the Arcana Chronicles, or Arcana Chronicles, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but this is Dead of Winter by Kresley Cole, and I started the series during the Booktubeathon and fell in love, and so I'm now like just speed reading through them. And the latest book, the one that comes out after this, actually will be releasing on the 15th of this month. I so will be grabbing it I think I've already pre-ordered it actually. I don't remember what the title is of that one, but it's already been pre-ordered. So once I read this, I will definitely be diving into that newest one that comes out on the 15th. So yeah. Next up on my TBR is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This book was so overhyped when it first came out, and I think that's why I stayed away from it for so long. But I believe the sequel is about to come out really soon. Because of that, I'm definitely gonna dive into this. I hate the long wait in between books and series, so I prefer to marathon read. I like to wait until all the books are out. But I figure if I read this now, everything will still be fresh in my mind for when the latest release in the series comes out. So yep, I'm definitely going to be diving into this. It's huge. It's like 500 pages or some ridiculousness. OMG. Let's see. How many pages are we working with? So it's just 446 pages in this book. So Lord help us. But I've heard really good things. I've heard really good things. Next was, or was when it came out, another and overhyped new release, and this is Magonia by Maria Devana Headley. It had a really cool premise, and it's blurbed by Neil Gaiman, so I definitely want to get into this. And this is about a girl who I guess is like allergic to everything like on Earth, and she kind of sees like this ship in the sky, and apparently there's a whole nother world, and in that world she's perfectly healthy. And so I'm really excited to get into this. It seems very magical. The cover is absolutely stunning, and I've had it for a while now, so I think it's time to finally see what all the hype is about on this one. Next up is a book that I hauled a while ago, last summer I believe, and this is Made You Up by Francesca Zappia, or Francesca Zappia. And this one was really intriguing to me when I read the blurb. Basically, it's about mental illness, which I think it's so important to read books like this. There aren't enough books like this in the young adult genre. But a young lady who is dealing with a mental illness, and she falls in love with a boy, and I guess we don't know if he's real or if he's made up. So yeah, and this is a newer author, I believe. So this is her debut novel, so I'm really excited to finally see what this is all about. Next up is a book I feel is very appropriate for summertime, especially as we are winding down the summer. I just wanted to sneak this one in there. This book has been on my summer TBR since last summer. And this is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. It's finally time for me to get into this. I have had this on my to-read list, like I said, since last summer, and it's just getting ridiculous now. So I think it's finally time to get into this one. And last but not least is another book I feel is very appropriate for the season, even as it winds down. And this is The Boy Most Likely To by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This is a companion novel to, I think, was it My Life Next Door? Yes. I really enjoyed that. It was so surprising. I didn't know I was going to love it as much as I did. I loved all the side characters. I loved how much it revolved around family dynamics. And it was so much more than just a young adult romance. There was so much more going on. And I'm really excited to read this one. Like I said, it is a companion to that novel. So the same characters, although it is focusing on two different characters, side characters in that first book, but they're going to be the main characters in this book. So I'm really excited to dive into this. I think it's going to be really good, just like the first one. I have no doubts that I'm going to enjoy this just as much, if not more, than My Life Next Door. So these are all the books I plan on most definitely reading this month. And like I said, I'm sure there will be some additions to this as well. And that doesn't even count all of the books I'm probably going to end up reading on my Kindle. But I will definitely be having a wrap up at the end of this month, either at the end of this month or most likely in the beginning of September, that will wrap up everything that I read this month and let you guys know my thoughts and feelings on all of it. And that's it for this video. Definitely hit the subscribe button for more videos like this if you're not already a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, I love you guys so much. And I will catch you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Bye, guys.